Feel tired? Unable to get your mind off things in a forever whirlwind of agony? Need something to calm the nerves? Well, look no further with FrameGame, starring your host Spencer Green in Skyrim VR. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another FrameGame. Today we are framing the Vive Pro. Now, I have been so excited for this. I mean, the two cameras, the higher definition, the headphones. I never had the headphones with the original Vive. I never had the deluxe head strap. And this thing has a better nose for light concealment. I mean, it's got everything that I wanted in the first Vive that I never got because I never paid for the extra accessories. On top of that, as you can see on the back, Vive Port, I don't know if you can see that very well, you get like a month free subscription with it as well, or maybe it was longer than a month, I can't quite remember, but that comes with it as well, where you can just play a bunch of random games that you subscribe for, almost like subscribing for Netflix, but games. So you get to try a bunch of random VR games, which is pretty cool, you know, it gives you an idea of like how it works or how it looks for different games, as well as an idea of whether or not you'd like these certain games that maybe you haven't really bought but you've been considering. So that's cool. But anyways, we are going to open this guy up, and then I'll be doing a comparison with the original Vive to kind of discuss the different visuals with it, as well as tracking and audio with the new speakers as compared to the headphones that I usually wear. So let us dive in here. I think this is where I dive in. You know, I should have grabbed my scissors. Didn't think about that ahead of time. Probably would have been smart, but oh well. You know, what are you going to do? Ooh, okay, so there's multiple different compartments. That's cool. This is number 3. I guess that's probably upside down for you guys, but yeah, number 3. So, open this bad boy up. So this has the link box in it, as well as like this stick pad. I don't know what that's about, but it's nice and squishy. I'll probably have to look at the instructions to figure out what that is. This is the new link box. Oh my gosh, it's freaking tiny. It's like 3 times smaller than the normal one. That's awesome. And it has a power button on it too, that the other one did not have. So it's just like forever on. But this one has a power button. Ah, sweet. That is so much better than the normal Vive. And then of course you have your, HDMI to link cable. So that's good. Is there any more cables? Of course. USB cable there. Is that everything? Ooh. Oh, sweet. I'm going to open this up. This looks to be like a glasses lens cleaner type thing. You know, like one of those felt pieces of fabric for cleaning glasses and whatnot. But for cleaning your Vive lenses, I might actually use this to clean my own actual glasses. But here we go. You know, nice solid black. Feels very nice. Has HTC right there on the corner. I don't know how well you can see that. It's kind of hard to see, but man, that's pretty cool. And yeah, those glasses can get pretty dirty at times, and you're like, you gotta clean them. You'll start seeing like dust and stuff on them. I think. Oh no! There's something else in here. Oh, what is this? What is this? I need to open this. I don't know what these are. Like some kind of screw or something. Like, see, it's like this flat blue, and on the other end of it is like some kind of a screw in to something. I don't know what, but we'll figure it out. So I think that might be everything for this box. I don't know if this is just extra fluff. Of course, power cables, looks like, for the link box. I guess that makes sense. Power cables for the link box. There you go. And that is definitely everything in here. So that is the first or should I say third box. I would guess we open them out of order, but that's just how I roll. And let us move on to the inner sanctum. It looks like we're going to be getting to the main attraction here, the Vive Pro. Wait. What? Oh, here's instructions. But what? There's only 2 boxes in there. That one was number 4, or that one was number 3, and this one that I just pulled out, I'm going to close this and sit it down. This one that I just pulled out is, in fact, number 4. That's a little weird, but whatever. I guess we opened them out of order. That's cool. And here it is, the Vive Pro, in its boxed beautifulness and bubble wrappy goodness. Everyone loves bubble wrap, right? It's not just me. And Weird Al. Oh, so the bubble wrap is wrapped around the headphones here on the sides to, I guess, protect it from hitting against itself. So that's cool. Man, this cable. It looks really long and it's really thick. It seems almost sturdier than the first Vive. Because the first Vive was like split into... You know what? I have it right over here. Just a second. I'll grab it. It has like 3 cables connected into one big cable. Which is great, but... Oh, my computer's like disconnecting and reconnecting my Vive doing this. It's great. Stop doing that. See, it has these 3 separate wires, so if you accidentally somehow pierce something through there, then they'll split apart, you know, which is a problem. And I've actually seen things of people having that issue and like sending their devices back. So having one solid cable that has everything in it, that is very good and ensures that something like that can't possibly happen. I'm going to take off this bubble wrap. Sorry for the wrap sounds. And get these headphones all cleared so that I can get a good look at them. That's one. This stuff is on really good. They really didn't want these to get damaged in any way. So there's the headphones, which look pretty darn good. You can see it's got like... It's an inner ring cushion phone. Some people hate that. I personally like cushiony phones, so I think that'll be nice for me. It has a nice guard on the inside there to protect the lenses. And it says something. Warning. Yeah, avoid direct sunlight. That's like the classic thing with the Oculus that they talked about too, where if you had direct sunlight get onto the lenses here, then it could eventually get like a lighting bleeding effect where like it would burn out some of the bulbs in it and stuff like that, and then you would get like melted colors together, almost like getting a damaged, like dead pixels, stuff like that. I'm going to remove these, and we're going to have a look at these lenses here. So, here we go. Here are the lenses, and the new, that I'm very excited about, nose guard here. You can see it's like, got 2... separate plasticky pieces in the middle here that combine together to close out light, which is pretty freaking awesome. And then it's got the same cushioning, it feels, as the Vive Pro, or as the normal Vive, so it doesn't feel like it'll be much softer on your face. But it does have this full back cushioned head piece that you hold on to, which you wear when wearing it, which just looks so much more comfortable. I know that mine always felt kind of loose, especially in the back, and so all the weight went to my face. But hopefully with this new big, much bigger, cushioned, instead of made out of just, wrapping like this here, it used to be just straps. With this solid piece in the back, I think it'll hold on to my head a lot better. So I'm pretty excited for that. But anyways, I think that's everything. Let me double check and pull out plastic. Pull this guy out, see if there's anything in or underneath it. There's nothing inside of it. There are Vive stickers. Ooh boy. So that's an option for you. And then of course the classic measuring your eyes and stuff, you know, the instructions. So we are going to connect this together, and I will record myself playing it along with some commentary afterwards of like, well, on top of it as to what I thought or like how much better it was compared to the normal Vive headset. So I will see you there. There are many distinct differences between the HTC Vive Pro and the HTC Vive. The first major and most noticeable difference being the nose compartment. This part of the HTC Vive Pro melds very well with the shape of a person's head, ensuring that hardly any light, if any at all, get into your headset. As you can see from my video, if we switch off the green screen, you'll notice that I am playing with two rather bright studio lights. Even with both of them shining directly at me, only being a few feet away, I was still hardly able to notice that they were even on. At some moments, the light was completely hidden from my view, as if they were turned off during the entire play session. This was a phenomenal difference, and it made the immersion that much greater. Speaking of immersion, the new resolution for the HTC Vive Pro has improved the gaming experience much more than I expected it would. The specs for the original Vive was a resolution of 1080 by 1200 pixels per eye. This gave a total 2160 by 1200 pixels combined. However, the Vive Pro improved on this, upping its resolution to a whopping 1440 by 1600 pixels per eye for a combined total of 2880 by 1600 pixels. At first, this didn't seem like a huge improvement. However, when comparing the two, I noticed the change immediately. Not only was the environment around me much more clear, but even my peripherals were much less cloudy, thus improving my ability to see things out of the corner of my eyes. Not only was this much better, but reading in VR became way easier than it was before. In Skyrim VR, you can find notes handwritten by NPCs in the world. This is a nice aspect of the game, but becomes rather difficult to read in the HTC Vive. Normally in the Vive, I would use the option that changes the handwritten note into a wall of larger, more clear text that is in a more solid font instead of trying to read the handwritten version of any text. But in the HTC Vive Pro, I was able to read every single handwritten note I found with ease, thus no longer needing to switch to the wall of text, keeping my immersion intact. The improved resolution isn't just good for reading, but also for the gameplay itself. While playing Skyrim, I noticed that it was easier to see enemies further away from me. This made sneaking and using the bow against them much easier and more worthwhile. In the first Vive, I struggled greatly with hitting a target that was more than 10 to 15 feet away from me. But in the Vive Pro, I was able to snipe enemies that appeared to be nearly double the distance. Out of all of this, I will say that there is a bit of a drawback in this situation, and that would be the game itself. I noticed it immediately when playing Skyrim. It would seem that the developers expected the players to not quite notice the texture quality due to the lower resolution on the HTC Vive. It appeared to me that the Skyrim VR experience seemed to be using the lower quality and less detailed version of the game, aka not the special edition with its HD textures, but the original Skyrim with its lower res textures. Once I was able to see more clearly, I could see all the flaws in the environment almost immediately. Luckily with Skyrim mods, we can change this, making a very realistic looking experience. I just hope that they update the game to improve the base resolution, so for now, I am using those mods. Other than graphics, we have the head strap along with the built-on headphones. This strap is incredible. Now mind you that I never used the deluxe strap for the original Vive. When using the default Vive strap, the head straps felt more unbalanced and seemed to lean all its pressure down onto my eyes. This made for a very uncomfortable gaming experience, and I couldn't play for more than an hour at a time before feeling like my eyes were going to pop right out of my skull. I would take it off to see red indents across my face, and it was overall a rather disappointing experience. However, with the HTC Vive Pro head strap, it nearly perfectly evenly distributed the weight across my entire head rather than just on my eyes. This allows me to use it for much longer than I could the HTC Vive, allowing for a much more comfortable experience. Not only this, but the head strap itself has an adjuster on the back, allowing you to slide the headset off and on with ease. This is fantastic for any glasses users such as myself. With this addition, not only is it easier to get out of the headset while wearing your glasses, but they even made the eye department slightly bigger. I used to have to switch between an old pair of glasses and my new pair due to the old one being smaller and the new one not fitting in my HTC Vive. Due to my old pair of glasses not fitting in the HTC Vive, I was stuck playing with the last generation of glasses. This was very upsetting to the point that I actually decided to bring my Vive to my next eye appointment to ensure that I got some frames that would fit inside the headset itself. But now I don't have to worry about that as much due to the wider eye compartment, allowing even my current glasses to fit inside. The headphones were okay. However, I was slightly disappointed to find that it had nearly no bass at all. This slight in sound was upsetting even more when I learned that the headphones didn't improve at all since the first HTC Vive headphone accessory. All they did with it was give it a new color and then slapped it onto the Pro. But for some, this will be a nice feature since it means dealing with less cords. Overall, the HTC Vive Pro was a great experience hand down, and in my opinion was completely worth getting. However, as it stands now, it only comes with the headset. So if you want wireless adapters, improved base stations, and more advanced controllers, you will need to wait a while until the official HTC Vive Pro bundle is released. But if you're too impatient for that like I was, don't feel bad because it was still worth every penny.